Committee on Education and Labor will come to order. The purposes of this meeting this morning is to conduct a hearing on protecting the health and safety of America's mine workers. I want to say welcome to everyone today's hearings on protecting the health and safety of America's mine workers. Last year, the country was shocked by the accidents at Sago, Aracoma, Alma, and Darby mines, which all came in quick succession. In addition to the 19 coal miners killed in those 3 accidents, another 28 coal miners died on the job last year. Many, if not most, of these 47 deaths were surely preventable. Had the Mine Safety and Health Administration heeded the warning signs after the accidents at Brookwood, Alabama in 2001, for example, the miners at Sago and Darby might well be alive today. In 1977, recognizing it lacked the experience and the expertise to deal with the myriad of safety and health risks to coal miners and other mines, the Congress established the Mine Safety and Health Administration. The key question we must examine is whether 30 years after its creation, the agency is adequately meeting the obligations imposed on it by the Mine Safety and Health Act. The recent record shows the agency has not adequately fulfilled its obligation. Last year, the Democratic staff of this committee issued a report that found numerous problems with MSHA, and from the way the Bush administration has stacked it with industry insiders to agency's failures to use its authority to collect fines from mine operators that break the law. Under the Bush administration, MSHA has rolled back safety and health rules and has shifted its focus away from enforcing the law toward the so-called voluntary compliance assistance. When MSHA fails to fulfill its obligation, fails to establish and revise rules for safe and healthful mining in a timely way, fails to ensure that each of the mine operators has a plan that fully implements these rules, or fails to enforce these rules with trained inspectors and meaningful sanctions, then miners' lives are put at an unacceptable risk. This committee will hold additional hearings to give the Bush administration an opportunity to explain its implementation of the Mine Safety and Health Acts of 1977 and the Miner Act of 2006. And the committee will be interested to hear the Bush administration views on the causes of last year's accident, including a perspective on what else could or should have been done to prevent them. Of course, MSHA is not the only entity with responsibility for the health and safety of miners. The industry bears a responsibility too. Mine operators who do not take safety of their employees seriously should not be allowed to mine coal, period. We know that there are mines both in this country and abroad that go above and beyond what is required of them to keep their workers safe. But we also know that there are mine operators who would rather pay their fines than change their behavior. Rather than resist even the most basic safety advances, the growing mining industry should work with us to make every U.S. mine safe as possible. Sadly, it appears that the culture of change about which we've heard so much has yet to take root. The states play an important role in mine safety and health too. Just this year, the state of West Virginia approved the use of 5 different types of underground chambers that trapped miners can go to get oxygen, food, and water while they await rescue. Had these chambers been installed at Sago, lives may very well have been saved. If these chambers can help miners in West Virginia, then they can help miners in Kentucky, Illinois, Alabama, or in other mining states. Today we will hear about instances where the states have moved more swiftly than the time frame set in the Miner Act. We're going to hear today from loved ones of miners who were killed on the job. We're going to hear from miners' representatives and from the miners themselves. I cannot emphasize enough how important it is for this committee to hear from these witnesses. They know better than anyone else how important it is for us to get it right. They know better than anyone how critical it is that we do everything in our power to ensure that miners can go home safely at the end of their shifts. I welcome all of our witnesses, and I thank you for taking your time to educate us today, and I promise that this committee will work in a partnership with all of you to improve the safety of America's mines.